Hello road trippers, and welcome back to May's Ways and what we've called the Delmarpa trip, Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. We're starting our morning here in downtown Wilmington with a final destination later today in Rehoboth Beach. Our first stop is in Newcastle, and we're going to take you there now. Newcastle is about 9 miles away, or 20 minutes. We're going to follow US-13 out of downtown, where it will become the North DuPont Highway. Then we'll turn onto State Route 273 and merge with State Route number 9, which will take us into the heart of Newcastle. Before we get there, though, we're going to find some breakfast. I mentioned the Riverwalk in our last video, and you can get started on that right here on the right. The Riverwalk follows the Christina River, which we're crossing now, for 1.75 miles. There are several hotels down there, lots of places to eat. You'll find a mini golf course there, the Delaware Children's Museum, and Frawley Stadium, which is the home of the Class A Kansas City Royals affiliate Wilmington Blue Rocks. While you're walking, keep an eye out for some unique birdhouses, more like bird mansions. Coming up here on the left is Chase Fieldhouse. It's still fairly new, having opened in January of 2019. It is the home to the Delaware Bluecoats, which is the G League affiliate to the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a big complex. It has soccer fields too, hosts summer camps, sports academies, more than just basketball. Jumping on 495 South here will give you access to I-95 South, heading to Newport and the University of Delaware, and then eventually into Maryland and Baltimore. 495 North will bypass downtown Wilmington, follow the Delaware River, and eventually it rejoins I-95 just short of the Pennsylvania border. Here, 295 South is basically giving you the same access as 495 South. It basically empties you out onto I-95 so you can go to Baltimore or back to Philadelphia. Taking 295 North will take you to the Delaware Memorial Bridge, into New Jersey and onto the New Jersey Turnpike. Check out our 360 video of the Delaware Memorial Bridge, but maybe not just this second. We still have some more ground to cover here. The exit here to US 202 is the southern tip of that highway. Getting its start here, it joins I-95 North through Wilmington and then continues on its own into Pennsylvania, up to King of Prussia, and eventually all the way to Maine. Next on our right is the Newcastle County Airport, which is also known to some as the Newcastle Airport, the Wilmington Airport, the Wilmington-Newcastle Airport, or the Greater Wilmington Airport. It's a small airport, so most of your major airlines are going to be flying into Philadelphia. However, after a 6-year absence, Frontier Airlines restarted its service in February of 2021. Get your cheap flights now under airport code ILG. Finally, breakfast. We wanted to try something local, and we found it. Welcome to Wheelie's Farm Stand Cafe. It's known for its fresh farm products and its Belgian waffles. You can see my Good Morning waffle here with bacon, eggs over chicken, and waffle. This was exactly the kind of breakfast we were looking for to start off our day. Here we are in the historical section of Newcastle. Newcastle was first founded in 1651 by the Dutch, changing hands back and forth with the English up through the 1670s. The area is a national landmark and is said to have one of the highest concentrations of well-preserved buildings from the 17th through 19th centuries. Check out the post office here on the corner on the left. There's a lot of historical significance in Newcastle, of which I'm barely going to scrape the surface in this video. As an example, there were 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence that came from Newcastle: Thomas McKean, George Read, and George Ross. Newcastle is also the birthplace for actor Ryan Phillippe, which I'm sure is an historical event for some people. Now, we've looped away from Delaware Street to the back side of town for a reason. While walking around town, we stopped at the Emmanuel Episcopal Church on the green up here on the left, the stop sign. The church had a very well-maintained cemetery with many graves dating back to the 1700s and still very legible. It was an impressive walk through history. On the right is the Old Library Museum, which was built in 1892. The building was used to house the collections of the Newcastle Library Company, and borrowing privileges were only for that company's members. For a brief time, the library was open to the public, and when the new library opened in 1965, this building became a private residence. It is now part of the Newcastle Historical Society. Back on Delaware Street, the Newcastle Courthouse is on the left. Now a museum, the courthouse was originally built in 1730. Its first significant role was in 1732 when it was used as the center point in confirming the 12-mile radius around Newcastle that ultimately formed Delaware's northern border with Pennsylvania. Later, it would be the center of government for the colony of Delaware until 1777 when it was moved to Dover when Newcastle came under siege. The courthouse would continue as the county courthouse until 1882 when the county seat was moved to Wilmington. We are arriving at the Newcastle Battery Park, adjacent to the Delaware River, with a view of the Frenchtown Railroad ticket office and the Delaware Memorial Bridge in the distance. That will conclude this edition of May's Ways. We'll be back soon with a 360 view of Newcastle. Please give that thumbs up a click if you like this video, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe to be notified for our next video. See you back here soon.